Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to SFF180. Thomas here. As always, it is Monday, the 13th of April, and time yet again, you guessed it, for another mailbag. Here is, well, I can't really lift them. The stack this week, pretty decent haul, about 7 or 8 packages here. So I have a flurry of new subs that have arrived over the weekend. Welcome to all the new people. This pretty much was a result of the live show that I did with Nicole and a bunch of other fine folks on Saturday. I'll put some cards up. If you have not watched those live shows, they're over on Nicole's channel, so you can watch them later on. We discuss, I don't know, Fear and Loathing at the Hugo Awards, or whatever you want to call it. Just a whole silly mess. But anyway, enough about that. Here's new stuff to get excited about. For the new subs, if you've never watched a mailbag before, the idea is these are the review copies I get every week from publishers. I don't know what's in these packages. I open them up. Here on camera, we discover them together. And then in the comments, you can let me know which of these books looks most exciting to you, which you would like to see me prioritize in my review queue. Okay? Let's get on with it then. See what we have. And this first package comes from Penguin Random House. And here we have it. This is the final finished hardcover copy of The Girl at Midnight by Melissa Gray. This is a debut young adult fantasy. I got a couple of copies of the ARC for this, and one of them I gave away for my 1,000 subs giveaway. Someone won that one. By the way, those books, finally, those giveaway winners are finally getting their books out in the mail this week. Sorry for the delay on that. But anyway, this comes out April 28th, so let's see what it's all about. So, beneath the streets of New York City live the Avicen, an ancient race of people with feathers for hair and magic running through their veins. Age-old enchantments, almost said enhancements, keep them hidden from humans. All humans but one, Echo, is a runaway pickpocket who survives by selling stolen treasures on the black market. And the Avicen are the only family she's ever known. When a centuries-old war crests on the borders of her home, Echo must help the people who have aided and cared for her. A fast-paced, accessible adventure that crosses the globe while introducing an altogether unique legend of two races at war right beneath our noses. The Girl at Midnight will enchant readers. Okay then, so this comes out once again on the 28th. Melissa Gray, The Girl at Midnight, a YA debut. And this one is from Del Rey. Looks like it could be a lot of fun if you're in the mood. This is called Dave vs. the Monsters. It's a new series by John Birmingham, who has done actually kind of a lot of thrillers. And kind of slipstreamy sort of thrillers. The first volume here is called Emergence. It's a new series. So it looks like it's meant to just be a lot of fun. If you've ever, sounds like, have you seen that movie Tucker and Dale versus Evil? This sounds like it's going along kind of the same intentions for its entertainment value. But here we go. Let's see. This comes out again April 28th. An all-new action-packed urban fantasy series featuring the tough, bald, bleakly funny, down-on-his-luck oil rigger Dave Hooper, who has an unlikely destiny as a monster slayer and savior of the planet in Emergence Dave vs. the Monsters, plural, monsters. The last thing Dave Hooper needs is an explosion on his offshore oil rig, but this is no accident. And despite the news reports, Dave knows that terrorists aren't to blame. He knows because he killed an orc-like creature responsible for the attack after he found it making a meal of his close friend. When he wakes up in a hospital bed guarded by the Navy SEALs, he finds that killing a 7-foot-tall tattooed demon has transformed him into something else entirely, a foul-mouthed, beer-loving monster slayer with superhuman strength. David Hooper is humanity's least worthy champion. Okay. It could also take some cues from Larry Correa's Monster Hunter series, I don't know. But certainly sounds like tongue-in-cheek is the order of the day here. So, Dave vs. the Monsters Emergence comes out April 28th from Rey Books. My dog Atticus is just barking away out there. Oh well. That is his job after all. This looks to be a package from Tor. And it is. It's the new book by Robert Charles Wilson. It's called The Affinities. It comes out April 21st. I'm very excited to see this. I really, really like Wilson. He is a fantastic writer, particularly when he is really on his game. I think he's the only writer on my website that I have given 2 books of his 5-star ratings. I almost never give out 5-star ratings. They're very, very rare from me. So I'm really looking forward to this. Let's see what this one's about. Robert Charles Wilson tackles the strange ramifications of our social media-obsessed society in his new science fiction novel, The Affinities. In the near future, people can be sorted by new analytic technologies, such as genetic, brain mapping, and behavioral, and placed in one of 22 affinities. Like a family determined by compatibility statistics, an affinity is a group of people most likely to like and trust one another. The people one can best cooperate with in all areas of life, creative, interpersonal, even financial. At loose ends, both professionally and personally, young Adam Fisk takes the suite of tests and finds that he's a match for one of the largest affinities groups. It's utopian at first, but as the differing affinities put their new powers to the test, they begin to rapidly chip away at the power of governments and of global corporations of all the institutions of the old world. Then, with dreadful inevitability, the different affinities begin to go to war with one another. Okay. Well, this sounds like it could be definitely a fascinating speculative SF here. The Affinities, it comes out April 21st by Robert Charles Wilson. Sounds way cool. Okay, and here's another vacuum-sealed package from Simon & Schuster. These things are such a hassle to open, but nothing that a little bit of brute force ripping and tearing can't solve, as with so many things in life. Alright, well here is one that I have not actually heard very much about, or really anything about up until this point. It's called Within These Walls. The author is Ania Alborn, I guess that's how you pronounce it. And let's see. This comes out the 21st. From indie horror author and best-selling sensation Ania Alborn comes Within These Walls, a brand new supernatural thriller that asks how far would you go for success? What would you be capable of if the promise of forever was real? A rising star among horror writers, Ania Alborn is one of the most prominent best-selling women in the horror genre. Well, very good. So let's see what this one is all about here. Let's see. It's about washed-up true crime writer Lucas Graham, a man with his marriage on the rocks, his life in shambles, and desperate for a comeback, a man willing to do anything for one more shot at the best-selling success he once enjoyed. His chance comes when he's promised exclusive access to death row inmate Jeffrey Halcombe, the notorious cult leader and mass murderer who's ready to break his silence after 30 years and who contacted Lucas personally from his maximum security cell, I guess like, Manson. With nothing left to lose, Lucas leaves New York to live in and work from the scene of the crime, a split-level farmhouse on a gray-sanded beach in Washington state, whose foundation is steeped in the blood of Halcombe's diviners, runaways who were drawn to his message of family unity and unconditional, so definitely Manson, okay. And there Lucas sets to capture the real story of the departed faithful, except that he's not alone, for Jeffrey Halcombe promised his devout eternal life, and within these walls they are far from dead, okay. Right, well, not terribly subtle about the Manson connection there, but could have a good creepy factor going on. Anyway, Within These Walls by Ania Alborn comes out the 21st. Okay, this is one that actually came out a couple of months back, but it missed me, and so I ended up requesting one. This is Fortune's Blight by Evie Minieri, and it's the second volume in a series called The Shattered Kingdom. The first book was called Blood's Pride. So yeah, this came out back in February, but it's an epic fantasy featuring culture clash and family betrayal in the backdrop of a rich, fully realized world with a dark edge. I'm trying to get caught up and finished up on several series that I've been lagging on, and so, this was one of them. Let's see. Second book in a compelling epic fantasy series. Well, again, because it's book 2, I don't really wish to give too many spoilery synopses. But, yeah, it talks about the aftermath of a revolution and what have you. So, yes, Eve Manieri's Fortune's Blight is now available in hardcover from Tor Books. And another big old chunky Macmillan package. Well, okay then. This is an arc for Blood of the Cosmos, which is the sequel to The Dark Between the Stars by Kevin J. Anderson. That's a book that has ended up, thanks to, the puppy movement. Read into that what you like. And now this is the second book in that series, Blood of the Cosmos, a sequel to The Dark Between the Stars. This is a sequel trilogy to a previous series called Saga of the Seven Sons, which I think ran for 7 or 8 really massive books. No idea if you can jump into this series without having read the previous series. I would think that you could, but in any event, well, here we now have Blood of the Cosmos, and it is opening with the ongoing conflict of several galactic civilizations against an all-consuming force of shadows, a sweeping dark cosmic force that is devouring the undercurrents of the human interstellar empire. So as you see, this is all very, very old school space opera, but it comes out June the 2nd in hardcover from Tor. It's Blood of the Cosmos. And the final package this week is a kind of a little one. Okay, and that's just because it's a little audiobook. It's 6 CDs. It's called Instinct by Sherilyn Kenyon, and I guess it is continuing, an urban fantasy Chronicles of Nick series, it says, and apparently they're making a movie of it, so I guess it has a pretty good audience. But, zombies, demons, vampires, shapeshifters, cliches, etc. Another day in the life of Nick Gautier, and those are just his friends. So yeah, audiobook version of this, I guess it says it's on 6 CDs, so it's not terribly long. Yeah, 6.5 hours. So if you are a fan, Sherilyn Kenyon, Instinct, and you like audiobooks, well, here you go. This is new. And that is it. that is the mailbag for this week. I want to thank all of you for joining me. As always, you know the drill. Light up the comments. Let me know which of these books you like the most. Leave a like if you enjoyed watching. Share this video far and wide with your SFF reading friends. And above all, please subscribe. That is how SFF180 grows as a channel. And until I see all you guys next time, happy reading.